Welcome to the Glow Through It podcast. I'm Adriana, the CEO and founder of Little Words Project.
And I'm Mariah, Little Words Project's first employee turned director of VIP relations and Adriana's real-life hype woman and BFF.
We created Glow Through It to bring you inspiration from our everyday lives. Whether you're building your own businesses, families, or love stories, we're here to remind you that you can glow through anything.
Catch us every Thursday for new episodes. Watch us on Spotify or YouTube, or catch the audio on Apple Podcasts.
All right, let's glow through it. Action.
Wait, what did that do?
She said it helps with the sound. I don't know. Honestly, you guys, we're here, and it's very hard to be here.
Wait, it actually sounds... You sound very loud.
No.
Everybody, we're trying to get our sound right because we noticed in our last episode
look
there was
how
a little
close I am
buzz.
to my mic.
You're too close.
No, I'm the right distance. I did it all based on that sound. All right.
Really?
Then I'll be here.
Okay.
You like it here?
Well, I don't know. And we're doing the headphone thing now for this episode just to see.
Yeah, just like manage your episode. Oh, here she came. She's bringing all the
candies.
the M&Ms, the candies.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Yeah, just pop
no,
it right
put it
here
right
in the
here.
middle.
Put it right here. Put it right here. Put it right here.
Right in the middle.
Right
of
there. A
us.
couple of fake M&Ms. Oh, you know they might be. Nah,
No, they're definitely not real.
They're
but
not
that's-
real
that's
because
good.
in what world does M&M have this odd shade? How are they?
Very good.
Really? Delicious. I would even venture to say they might have an almond in them. Oh, I forgot my water. That's
Chelsea,
fine.
can you source our waters?
Oh my God, yours is right there.
Oh my God. Never mind.
Mine isn't. It's fine.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it, Chelsea. It's all good. No. No. I like to suffer. It's part of the lore.
Okay, so
Wait, speaking of suffering, this is really stupid, but
does this sound fine? Do we sound fine?
I don't. It sounds very
Tinny?
legit. Yeah, like we're inside of a can.
Talk?
We are the tuna in the can. No, I think it sounds nice. Call us tuna girls. I like it. Anyway, Jonas sometimes, because he's like had such like random turmoil that he's had to deal with, he like uses it as his lore and his joke. And he like wakes up every day and he's like, what am I gonna accomplish today? Like what evil will I triumph against? And like something stupid will happen and he's like, yes, I love it. Like he like you know that like joke of like something so stupid happens, like his car breaks down. I don't know, like he gets a flat tire and he's like, this is what I needed. It builds character.
Right.
I'm like, I need to be more like that. Oh my God, thank you, Chelsea. Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
Oh, it's electrolytes. I'm on my health.
You sniffed her water bottle?
Oh my God, Chelsea would have been so kind of you, but no need. Thank
Bye,
you.
Okay, so point is, trying to figure out our sound. I think we might have gotten it. The last episode, we noticed a buzzing. And the thing about this podcast, as it has been since the day we started it, is this is like an Adriana and Mariah little project that
This is really actually Little Words Project.
Little Words Project is this podcast that we're trying to, we want to keep it alive and keep it going because you guys love it, and that means the world to us. And we actually really do enjoy sitting on this couch. We feel like we're good at it and we want to be able to do it more often, but it's hard because we have a limited team. That team is spread very thin across the myriad of things that we're working on at the company. And so it's very hard to like get one dedicated person. We also, because it brings no money
Not
into
a
the
dollar.
brand.
Not a cent. And in fact, it robs us.
It robs us.
Each and every time you hear an episode, just know we've made less money that day. You're welcome.
The accuracy is like kind of
Mind you,
concerning.
hold on. Mind you, everybody, we're recording this episode, but we have an episode that has to go out this week from that we put up a post.
We put up a post, but the post was so ass and taken out of context. It did not work.
But
and
I thought it was okay. But I get what you were saying.
it was so out of context. It was like the one part of the episode that I don't even know what I was talking about. There were so many other things we could cut.
Nah.
Yes,
I re-listened to it, and it was
we could have
just
talked
like,
about all the little snippets of me talking about other people in the world is the exact type of stuff we have to put on the internet. And you know what? I was saying nice things about all these nice people.
I guess we could have done the
who
nice
are kind
thing.
and connecting.
We went the funny route.
which is cute too.
Funny is sometimes funny.
Yeah, funny is funny. Honestly, you.
No, I don't.
You're wearing your new glasses. They look really cute.
Thanks, you're wearing yours.
I know. We're like glasses girls. I went and bought 2 more pairs because you get a great discount at Warby Parker.
That's why Jonas and I got ours together.
Yeah.
We got two for like you get 20% off or whatever, 15%
yeah,
off.
I should have done that with Bill.
Yeah, because we were like, why not? But then, you know what? It was a little bit annoying because we got them in Dallas.
Oh.
So he got them delivered to Dallas. I had to get my eye exam in New Jersey.
Oh.
And then I had to go pick them up. I had to send my prescription in. It was a whole thing, but the steps were fairly easy. And Warby Parker was great because they sent me a pair and they were massive on my head. They weren't these.
Oh.
I initially ordered another pair of glasses that were like a little bit more like nerdy, cool, funky.
I liked those.
They were huge on me. And I realized that they were like the wide. They don't have them in the medium or the small, whatever. So I just had to pick a fully new pair. And it was like a Friday morning at 9 a.m. when they opened. I was a little bit annoyed that it all had to happen anyway. I was in Hoboken. I had to park my car illegally. I'm just like, give me these. These are fine. And they're cute.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them, but they do look similar to my older ones. I'm just like, it's kind of boring, but whatever.
That's the thing that I love about Warby Parker. I feel like they've gotten it right. And they kind of set the standard for a lot of other D2C brands that want to like show up in retail.
Yeah, I agree.
And I feel as though we are doing the same thing, but it is very hard to like find the secret sauce that makes up a team within a team. And the teams at the retail level have to have their own like je ne sais quoi amongst themselves to really like create magic. And
Yeah,
I feel
agreed.
like we've gotten it. I mean, I love our retail staff. Like we get it right like 9 times out of 10. And it's also just one of those like retail people don't put enough like luster in the like experience of getting to be in retail.
I know, but you also almost have to
Because-
like you say that because you worked in retail.
No, but they don't.
And, like,
there's
so did
not
I,
enough
so I
people
get
who
it.
Give them enough, like,
Yeah.
like the retail employee themselves needs to give themselves more like
Yeah.
credit for the
Credit,
fact
yeah.
that like they are on boots on the ground for any of these brands that they work for, and like they are making that customer's experience. So that's something that like I, in my new era, am going to be really hyper focused on, is just making sure that our customer experience equals what we're selling. Like what we're saying we do, we want to be really making sure that it's happening. And when you're growing so quickly, it's hard to do that. But yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the retail team. So anyway, that was just a sidebar.
Well, so in
since
your-
we have no notes and no plan,
None.
of
I don't
discussion.
think we're ever.
I don't even think we have a note card. We've stopped even
We
pretending.
had a no card for a while. It was empty. It was a blank card.
Oh my god!
Now it's just no
Now
card.
it's got no card at all.
Um,
But no, we're gonna bring Kelly back into the fold, and she's gonna help us.
yeah, she'll help. for
She'll
sure.
help. She'll help.
If
Okay.
anybody can help, it's Kelly.
Oh my god. 100%.
Wait, so you mentioned your new era last episode that we recorded and have yet to put out, but we will this week, and then this one will be 2 weeks, whatever, it doesn't matter. In that episode, we kind of talked about how it's just really hard. So it seems like there's been a change, and even to me today, like I heard new things today that I didn't know. So
Was that
the audience
was
definitely
that
doesn't know.
news for you?
News, yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Happy.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So I can't keep track of who I'm like soft sounding this to, and
We
I
soft
kinda
sounded it for
soft-sounded
6
it. Yeah,
years.
but I soft sounded it on the episode last.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, what Mariah's referring to is as of today, I stepped down officially as the CEO of Little Words Project and essentially named Bill as my successor. Who obviously you guys know Bill is my husband, but he's also been our president. He's been on the team for almost 5 years now. Almost 4 years now.
Almost 4, yeah.
But he is such a incredible person to fill the CEO role that I am just so excited for this next phase, not only for myself, but also for him. And yeah, I just feel like.
So is Bill CEO? This is stupid, but is he CEO, COO, and president?
No. He's no.
Oh, wait. We have another COO.
We hired a COO.
Sorry. I forgot.
Oh my.
I forgot.
Yeah.
You never forgot anything before? I forgot that, and I'm sorry that I did it. I
Oh,
forgot.
you don't say. You forget.
Oh, no.
Every once in a while,
Oh,
you forget.
no. I made a mistake, and I forgot. Okay, so he's the president.
You sound like Steve from Sex and the City. That is what Steve sounds
Really?
like. Yes, it's kind of concerning for him. But
Wait,
anyway,
president
hold on.
and CEO.
Before we keep going, do I need to change the sound? Does it sound insane? Do I sound like a radio TV producer?
Yeah, but
And I should have a different bass to my. Here, let me ask you guys. Does this sound better? Like, is that a better sound?
cannot
There was no difference.
fucking tell you the difference. So don't even keep touching things. You're just going to waste time.
All right, I'm just going to touch one more thing.
Oh my God. What? No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys. She's touching 8 things.
No, it's one thing. Okay.
It's one thing. She touched 6 buttons.
Guys, it's literally fine.
Just make sure it's still recording at least.
It is. Mariah, I didn't stop recording.
No,
I'm
but
not
anything can touch something else.
No.
Everything equals other things. Remember that in life. You make one mistake and a ripple effect hits many, many parts of your life. Let's talk about White Lotus.
We could talk about White Lotus. Should we finish the fact that I stepped down? Can we give that a little bit of time? Can we give that a little bit of time? Get that freaking French fry out of my face.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Dang. And you know what's funny?
That was loud.
I did it with not a lot of fanfare. I had fanfare, but there was no other fanfare. You know, a girl expects a little standing ovation.
Oh, well, here's why. I know exactly
Because
why
I
you
just dropped the bomb.
No.
Why?
You know why? Because
Bill?
yeah, you swiped it. You put Bill in the limelight, so we all clapped for Bill. It didn't give you your moment.
Yeah, I had zero. There was a negative moment. In fact, Bill didn't even give me a moment. I'm going to give him shit about that later.
No, you stepped down and then you passed to Bill and we all cheered for Bill.
Yeah, because we're happy for Bill. Because
not in
Bill,
cross-functional. Cross-functional, we gave you your moment, but at all hands.
Yeah, Brian, which I find amazing of him.
Yeah.
He was like, kudos to age. And that was very sweet.
Oh, no, I thought everybody was clapping and we were like, oh, good. Like, this is great. I mean.
I don't remember cross-functional.
Yeah.
That was this morning.
It was literally this morning. No, we gave you your flowers in the form of clapping, and we were like, "Oh, thank God!" And then we were all like, "That's a great title." And Christina said, "That's a solid." And then it went to Bill, and then we clapped for Bill, and the same thing happened again at all hands. It just became Bill's moment.
It is Bill's moment because he is becoming the CEO of a brand. That's like a big deal. But no, I'm just in a place where I'm ready. I'm ready to make the change and. Not me. I'm touching the thing again. I'm touching it again. But we'll see. We'll see if at this point, if at 13 minutes into this, we feel better about the sound. Okay.
It sounds the same.
Officially, I'm stepping down. Yesterday, I guess, theoretically, was my last day as CEO of Little Words Project. And today is Bill's first day as CEO of Little Words Project, which honestly has been what he's been doing for the past 4 years in many ways. If anything, the water got a little muddy when I got back into the mix after having kids, where it's like, okay, who goes to whom for what? And it was kind of hard internally. And honestly, I've been moving more as a founder, as a entrepreneur than I have been as a CEO anyway. And I'm still a boss. Like, I'm still like me, and I'm still very much so like the leader of this community, right? And that's not going to change at all. Like, I'm not going to stop coming to the office. Like, I'm not going to like give Bill my desk. Like, none of that's happening. Like, I fully am still here and very much so in the mix. I'm just going to be a little more focused on the things that light me up right now, which is the creative direction of the brand, the product direction of the brand direction of the brand, all of the things that we do as a company that, again, as we said earlier, like makes every time I sit on a stage and talk about what makes us different, having that every word that comes out of my mouth be true. And that's something that Bill said to me too. He's like, your whole mission needs to be just ensuring that what we say is what we do. And I love that because that is so what matters to me. And that's why the name I've chosen for myself is kind of fun, and it's Chief Connector.
I love it.
Because we are a brand all about connections, about really making genuine connections with people. It's what I said I loved about meeting Kendra Scott.
Yep.
And it's that immediately she made me feel like I mattered to her in that moment. And that is something I really strive to do for others, is really connect in real time. And people are always so shocked that I answer my DMs or that I'm like accessible. And a lot of the, like, ever since we started growing, a lot of the feedback has been like, Adriana, you're too accessible. You can't be so accessible. Stop being so accessible. Like, across the board, like, people have said this to me.
Yeah.
On my team, which I get it, because the CEO can't really be like in the weeds, in the mix with every level of the team and also customers. But that's why I'm like, I do put that first. I do put my relationships with my team and my customers first. And so for me, it's like, I'd actually rather not have the title if it means I can't be me and I can't have this relationship with my people, because it matters to me. I to the point where, like, I'll only stop answering my DMs when I physically don't have enough time in the day to get to them. And that means I missed a few. Hopefully I'll get you on the next round. Right. But like, I know that sounds crazy, but to me, that's what I enjoy. It's why I built this whole thing in the first place. I built a community to have one for myself. And so it felt so counterintuitive to be like, I built this whole community. I've got this incredible team, but like, I can't be friends with them and I can't.
Because I'm the CEO.
Yeah, and I can't connect with them because I'm the CEO.
It became
felt so backwards.
And corporate. It just became like,
corporate,
it became very like suit and tie for you. And that's just not
and for Bill,
where you belong.
That's perfect.
Oh,
he is made for that. He is made for the distance. He's like, all right, yeah, you go be friends with them. I'll be over here in my office. Like he cares and he wants to connect.
No,
but
No, it's good for him.
Would sooner stand to the corner while I'm connecting with a customer or a teammate and like he's made for this and he's so good. He's so good. He's made a lot of the great decisions that we're celebrating right now, like being in retail, for example, has all been Bill. And I've just been...
What is actually physically the difference of any of it for Bill?
None.
Yeah, right?
More autonomy mentally, I think, is going to go a long way for Bill. As, like, in the dynamic of Bill and Adriana. You know what I mean?
Nice,
like,
okay.
In the sense that he's going to be able to kind of make a call and I'm going to have to be like, all right. And I think there will be times where I'm like, I don't think that's the right decision. He also is, he's still my husband. And as husbands tend to do, or at least mine does, he runs everything by me. Like he wants to pick my brain. He wants to bounce things off me. Even if I'm not giving him the final answer, even if he doesn't go with my final answer, he wants to tell me.
Well, that's like the Gemini Cancer.
Yeah, like he just wants to yap, this man. He just wants to be yapping at all hours. Like his favorite thing in the world is when I'm willing to leave my car here and I get in the car with him to drive home.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, great, we can drive together. Because, I'm not coming in together in the morning sometimes.
No, but I feel that way about when we have random time together. I'm like, yay, we have these random 4 minutes together that I can say random stories.
Yeah,
like
I can tell you what I feel.
We're very similar in that way, me and Bill.
Yeah. Just like having the moment, the audience.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to be involved in like a ton, like everything, still everything, but I don't have to worry about whether or not the products are going out correctly at the same time as thinking about, whether or not, well, I still care about that, but I'm not going to have to solve the problem. I can support, but I don't necessarily have to solve.
Yeah.
And I think that's, for me at least, going to keep me out of a lot of rooms that I shouldn't be in. And when I am in those rooms or conversations, Bill and I will get into it sometimes. Like it'll be like, I'll think one thing, he'll think another thing. I'll say one thing, he'll say another thing. And it kind of to the outsider could feel like we're bickering, but we know it's just us communicating. And sometimes it's like not the most comfortable setup in like a working environment where it's like, okay, we need to like keep our cool and like we have to like chill. So I just think it's going to prevent more of that. Like, so that's nice. And
I don't think anything's going to change, honestly, because you really weren't solving. Bill, he wasn't the CEO, but like he was the CEO in so many things that he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it's going to be a mental thing for you.
It's mental.
That you are going to be able to do the things that you're good at.
Here's the thing with me.
And not feel bad.
If I enter the chat and I've decided I'm in it, I will solve.
Yeah.
I felt a lot more responsibility to enter more chats because of being the CEO. But I don't want to enter these chats.
No,
I don't want to solve these
out.
problems.
No.
So I now don't have to feel like I'm just not living up to my end of the deal, which is being a CEO.
Right. It's
and
so
I get to just be like, you know what? I solved enough problems over the past decade.
Yes.
And I did enough figuring shit out on my own. And I earned enough as well as the right to say, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yep.
And I can be okay with that. Now, I've struggled with it mentally. Actually, a customer, a listener DM'd me the sweetest thing. I think her name is Cynthia. I think it's Cynthia. Let me go see. She whips out her DMs. About because like she listened to the last episode. See, like the real ones know. Yeah, it was Cynthia. She listened to the last episode.
Well,
and,
okay. Yes, the episode is live.
Hold on, it was not Cynthia. Hold on. They have a similar picture and it starts with a C. Was it Christina? Me not knowing.
Give this woman a minute. She stepped down as CEO today. She's already lost a brain cell.
I know. All right. I don't know if I can find it, but she was essentially just like, I'll have to find it. She was essentially just like, I just want you to know I listened to the episode and like basically just giving me my kudos and like just so kind to be like, I just, you've brought so, oh, here she is. Yes. I hope all is well. I heard the last podcast episode and her name is Cynthia, by the way. She's a different Cynthia. I heard the last podcast episode, and I know building a company like you have from the ground up is not always easy, but please know that you're an inspiration to me and many others. You have paved the way for a lot of Latinas, and I thought that was so sweet.
So true.
And I know your schedule's crazy. Oh yeah, no, that's different. But I thought it was really sweet to like have someone knowing that I was saying how hard everything's been. Yeah. I've been in a rut. She said that, and I thought that was really sweet. And like the last thing I'll say, I did kind of bring this to our investor as like a little, again, a soft sound. And I was initially envisioning him being like, you got to keep CEO. It's just like better for business, better for the external, blah, blah. And he was like, honestly, you got to do what feels right. And you got to do what feels right for you and your husband, most importantly. And this feels good for us and our dynamic, especially at work. But also, he then said, it feels like you're about to unleash. Like what I hear is someone who's about to unleash.
I love the word unleash.
Oh my God, I love it. It's my new word. I'm not wearing it right now but Vanessa made it for me when she heard the story.
Cute.
And we're getting it like made it a little bigger. But I just loved that. And I'm like, wow, that's what I feel. I feel like I'm about to unleash on all the areas of the business that I really am passionate about and not feel so much ownership over something that I honestly have been dropping the ball on as a result of not being as invested in being the CEO. And like, that's just on truth.
Yeah. Well, I'm so proud of you. And I just think it's going to be so much better for you.
Oh my God.
Get the heck out of that logistical ass seat.
I know.
Come on.
Right. Just be not
Who
in
wants
that seat.
to be in that seat?
And
I'm
also,
sorry,
if you're
it's
good,
really, like,
no,
fun.
it's a beautiful seat, and it's
I know, but
I really feel pride over how much I did build as the CEO of Little Words. But it's not like I'm going anywhere, and it's not like I'm not going to be impactful on the brand, and it's not like Bill and I haven't been working as a duo for this whole time.
Yeah.
What it does, though, I think is it gives him the torch, so to speak, so that he can run as a leader, as a CEO, as like the head bitch in charge, the HBIC, if you will.
And he's very bitchy. He's a bitchy girl. I'm so happy.
I'm so happy.
I think it's great.
I know. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my update. That's the latest.
It's such a good update.
It's a good one. Should we end?
I would say so.
No.
If I didn't desperately want to talk about White Lotus, I would say let's end this here. No, but seriously, Age, it's great. It's going to be great for the business. It's going to be great for your mental health. You know, I think there's incredible CEOs in the world, especially, I mean, you've literally beat the odds.
Yeah.
You know, like name another, what Bill was saying today about how Little Words has these stores and we have the bead bars and you come and you make a bracelet. No other brand has done that. And when you really think about it,
that's crazy.
No one has ever done what we've done ever in all of time.
Yeah.
And started by a woman, a Mexican woman. It's really cool.
Thank you.
So like, it's not just Mexican Italian. I know. Yeah. Let's give you your Italian flowers. But
yeah, my Italian flowers.
But what I'm saying is like you have already beaten the odds, and I think now it's time to almost like there's like pride attached to like keeping CEO. You know what I mean? And it's really cool that you're able to let down that pride and say, you know what, like this role really wasn't for me.
Ego was attached. To
CEO,
CEO.
Yeah, because you're like, I mean, I am the CEO, right? I started it.
It's got a little bit of like, it's nice being the boss. Like, it's nice being in charge of all these people. But like, it's also nice not being the boss and getting to just like sit and letting Bill be the boss, which is what he has been anyway.
Also, your
just
people
without getting that title.
The Little Words team is not sitting around being like, oh yeah,
Adriana doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, like we're not going to listen to her anymore. Now we only listen to Bill. It's just not that environment. I think the only change will be when you're meeting a complete stranger that's never heard of us before. And you'll have to say, I'm not the CEO anymore now. I'm just the founder. I was the CEO. But if somebody said, oh, who's your CEO? Was it ever you? Like, you'll have to converse with a few randoms. The way
that sentence will never come out. Was it ever you?
Was it ever you? I don't know.
Some
random conversation shit.
No, but that's
you know what I mean?
You know what's funny? It was that scenario of me introducing myself, founder and CEO, that I take the most pride, because it's like people then are like, oh, it's always a little slight shock when people see me like, oh, you're the founder and CEO.
Little you, yeah.
And there was a small part of me that didn't want to give it to my husband as like a man. I didn't want to like step
I
out of
feel
the
that.
role as a woman and giving it to my husband who's a man. But that's like,
But no, now we're
again,
taking that
that's-
back though.
that's
we're
bullshit.
taking yes,
Yeah, like I want to
we're
be in my
taking
soft girl
it back.
era.
We're
Like,
soft. We're soft. We're soft.
take
We're
care
feminine.
of me.
We're
husband.
feminine and we're in the soft girl era and we are
Fully.
proud of it and we are taking it back and like be the CEO,
Fully,
babe.
fully,
be the
fully.
CEO, babe, because you know what? I have other things to do.
Yeah.
And it's going to build this brand
100.
enormously. We will build this brand enormously, even more than we ever thought we could. You take the CEO role. Thank you very much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the
I'm
energy
still
now.
gonna build the brand. Like that's what I'm doing.
Right to the ground.
In fact, right to the ground, right to the stratosphere. I'm not gonna build it to the ground.
You're right. To the sky, to space with the Space Sisters. Can we talk about our future future plan? Because I have this like secret plan that I want to unleash in the way
now she's
future.
gonna use this word against me. What?
I want to unleash it. Okay. I think that like years down the line, right? Years and years from now, Little Words Project is like just something. I don't even know. You move on with life. Your kids are like 20. I have a couple kids, maybe. I don't know. I want to become. I'm scared. I want to become a Disney year pass holder and make Disney only content and go to the parks every day. But this is how I want it to be. I want to like go to like there are people that do this and I admire them. They're true Disney creators.
We sat on the phone. Oh, that wasn't a creator, but we sat on the plane next to a woman who was like, "Oh, I booked my flight this morning. I just want to go down."
Yes, for fun, and she has an
wanted to get
annual
the
pass.
popcorn bucket.
And
We're like,
she has an annual pass, and she literally
Period.
wanted a popcorn bucket, so she went during the like Disney Princess Run to get the bucket. It's like, oh
For,
my
like, a
god, you're so
weekend,
cool for that. Like
literally.
but people that live like in Orlando, you live there, you go there. Like okay, people that go there on a date with
Yep.
their husband, they go for a long walk
Yep.
through Epcot.
Did you see the one girl on the internet? She gets a little bit of hate, but I love it. She has her work day at Disney.
I haven't seen that, but I will love
She
to see it.
literally sits at a table
I would
and
love to see
sets
it.
up her computer
You
and
know,
like takes
part
content.
of me is kind of pissed that there's not a football team in Orlando because if Jonas
Yeah.
ever went to some Orlando football team, if it
LA,
existed,
you go do it in Anaheim.
oh yeah, it's actually a good point, but it's like too far. Anaheim, the Disneyland is like you remember,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
so
It's like an
randomly
hour or
placed.
something.
But imagine if there was like an Orlando football. I just want to be in Disney every day.
Yeah.
It's the only place.
So your aspiration is to become a Disney adult.
yeah, I think that's
officially.
it. I think that's my cap.
Your future
Yeah.
goal in life
Yeah.
is to be a Disney creator. I love it.
Yeah,
I gotta be
I
honest.
want to go. I want to
love
get
it.
the ice cream. I
It's so
want.
meant for you.
I want to walk around on a nice night.
Yeah, I would go to Epcot
wanna-
for a dinner for a date night.
Date
I would
night.
love those tacos from that one stand.
And you don't. And if you have the annual pass, you're not paying, so you could go see the fireworks some night on
Right.
Mother's Day. We
Right.
could go to Animal Kingdom and ride the safari because that's what Mom wants to do. I just like really want annual passes, and I want to go there every day. This actually might be my retirement plan.
Well-
And here's the thing: Jonas is in.
Amazing.
Jonas wants to says his retirement plan too.
Oh,
Not like
great.
retirement from life though, because with football, you retire a lot younger.
Yeah.
You know, you retire from
So?
football like before the age
So
of
become
38.
a creator. I mean, do you know how many? Is the two you need to get on OnlyFans? That's what you guys got to do.
Hold on.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. You do not have to do anything
Crazy.
X-rated to be on
I
OnlyFans.
am prepared.
To just make out with your man on the internet.
I agree that it would behoove me to become an OnlyFans person in my retirement. But I just have it doesn't interest
can't.
me. But I do appreciate women that
But, like,
want
you
to
could
do
do it with
whatever the
your
hell they
foot.
want with my toe. I
Your
know, but this is the
toes.
problem. I have long toes. I don't
People
actually
like long
think.
toes, dude.
I don't know. I don't
People
know
like
if there's people
long
out there.
toes.
I don't know.
Yes, there
You
are
think?
people out there who
Ask
love
ChatGPT.
long toe.
Are there people that ask her?
I
Are
don't-
there
Can
people?
you ask her?
I don't have my phone. I don't bring
gotta
it
be
because it
honest,
vibrates.
I don't have the app on my phone.
You don't have to have it. Just Google it and then
Okay,
ChatGPT,
okay,
and then you.
okay.
But if you don't have an account,
I
they're
do
gonna
have an
make
account,
you
but
set
I
it
have
up.
to log
All right,
in.
forget it. It doesn't matter. Somebody here
ChatGPT.
listening to this, check if men like women that have long toes. And that's the main question. Okay.
Okay.
Aside
Start
from
now.
that, though, that's my retirement plan.
Do
So
men
I'm really
like
glad that you
women who have
long toes. I hope it says yes. Sometimes ChatGPT says
There
yes.
not a universal answer to this question, as preferences for physical traits vary widely among individuals. Duh. Why am I asking this? This is so stupid. Ultimately,
say-
personality, connection, and shared interests often play a larger
All
role.
right, whatever. That doesn't matter.
Is
The answer is no.
there a
Nobody wants my
large
long toe.
Market for long toes
On OnlyFans.
On OnlyFans. That's the kind of questions you got.
You need it to be very specific.
Right. It is difficult to say whether there's a large market specifically for long toes. Ultimately, the success. Listen to this. The success of any content on platforms like OnlyFans tends to depend on the creator's ability to connect with their audience and make their market, their content effectively.
Adriana. Chief connector.
I'm a connector. Maybe I should be on OnlyFans. But
you and Bill would be hot
rated
too.
G.
Oh.
Rated G. Rated D.
What do you guys do? Hold hands?
No, but like
kiss?
I don't know. I don't know if I wasn't involving Bill.
Oh, well, here's the other problem though. I don't have the platform.
Yeah, I don't have the platform. I don't have the desire.
When we get off of this though, I'm going to tell you another lore story of somebody that I've been following. Anyway, guys, I think that it's when we retire, we become Disney adult OnlyFans masters.
I don't think we could say Disney and OnlyFans in the same sentence. I think that might not be a good thing for our
I actually think that our Disney team would think this is hilarious.
Yeah, no, they would, because our Disney team is awesome.
Epic.
Made up of young,
cool, awesome,
chill
kind,
girls.
lovely people.
And that's the other thing. Do you know how many women are out here doing amazing things across
oh my God,
literally the universe?
Everyone.
LOL. And none of them necessarily need to be titled accordingly. They can just be doing great stuff. And if we start celebrating just womanhood and who we are as people beyond what our titles are and how we contribute to society, whether that society is our household or it's the literal fucking galaxy, then we all get to just live our lives and we can be in our soft girl era because nobody's pounding this crazy expectation on us. And frankly, if we all just said, hey, men and women contribute equally to the things that they have in front of them, Bill could never be as good of a connector as I am.
Period.
With others. I love him. And I could never be as good at Excel. And
hell no.
Literal the financial reality of running and maintaining a business at this scale. I would never have done it alone. I hired Brian before I hired Bill. And that's okay that they're men, but there's also women who can do it.
I love paying homage and giving people flowers to what they deserve to be given flowers for, and not just because they are man or woman.
And whether or not they're on the same scale as each other. Well, that's something that like people who are like not pro pay equality would say. Like, well, they don't do as much, but it's like it all comes together in a.
No, there will be a lazy man, and I'll be like, no, you're getting paid less.
Yeah.
If I were the CEO, that's what I would say. You want to be lazy? I'm taking your pay. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Laziness, goodbye, but especially men.
We're just
I'm actually not for gender equality.
No,
men get on my nerves. They do, except Jonas and Bill and my brother.
Nah. Wow, I love that Bill is in that group for you.
I love Bill. Did you know, do you understand another element of lore is my brother and your brother?
My brother and your brother, I know.
I don't think you know enough about it, though.
I do.
How often do you talk to Mikey about me, Nick and him?
Plenty, but Mikey's super private, so I can't even really continue with this conversation. Other than to say that our brothers are both like
prestigious lawyers.
Well, and her brother's like a legitimate lawyer.
Yeah, but Mikey's
a legitimate lawyer. They're both legitimate lawyers, but
they're both legitimate lawyers.
Her brother's older, has been through the mill a lot longer,
but
and touches like some high level things.
They're good guys.
No, they are great guys, and they're also private.
Yeah, they are really private.
They're private people because
but
they're in the law.
There's 40 listeners to this podcast.
Yeah.
You think this is going to be where it
goes
awry?
No, I always roast my brother publicly.
Yeah.
But like we can't talk about their detailed
diagnosis of job. Okay, wait. I do want to talk about.
Would you say this episode sucks on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Hold on. At least we're recording. Let me think of the other things I want to talk about. Okay, one thing. Jonas passed his physical.
Oh, good.
So that's really important.
Oh my gosh, that's
for like
so
next
important.
steps of like football and his career and his future. Once you pass the physical, you can. We were like waiting for that day because you have to take like a test with your doctor, and then your doctor allows you to talk to teams again.
Yeah.
Basically, otherwise teams are just gonna say, "Hey, like we love you, but."
Sucks.
How's it going?
Yeah,
and then your doctor's like, oh, he's not passed yet. And then they're like, okay, well, we'll find another guy. So now he's ready.
Physical's insane.
And at like
double knee surgery.
At like a 98% on every test, and most were like 100%.
Wow.
And the tests are like, they're really hard, but it's so weird that this would be a test. But it's like jumping on one leg with your knee up and tabletop 500 times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So it's not
and then
like
switching.
the presidential, like, what do you call it, fitness test? Where like you like have to see how far you can sit and
No.
stretch forward. I
No,
was
no.
always good at that part.
Were you?
Yeah,
A little
nothing
rubber
else.
band.
I couldn't do a pull up. I couldn't do
No,
a push
hell no.
up.
Well, he probably had to do
He probably
that.
had to do that.
Yeah, but it was a lot more of like being able to cut. I think
Which
like
is
making
the
sure that
scariest
you can
thing.
cut. Yeah, him because his especially as a linebacker, you cut a lot because you're quick and you move. What I'm learning is you move like laterally more than other players.
can't believe
That's
that.
why linebackers tear their ACLs more often because he moves left to right.
But imagine them fixing the ACLs.
Twice.
Imagine them fixing it and then he gets right back in. Like that is
Do you understand
so
how long it would take me?
iconic.
Do you understand how fucking long?
No.
When we were in the hospital, I know I talk about this every episode, but I don't care. Get used to it, ladies.
No, they don't care.
They don't care. They love it. They love the Lord.
love-
That hospital, I said to myself, if this were me, well, first of all, I would have been throwing up the whole time. I would have been so dramatic. It would have just, I could have never. I can't imagine not being able to walk. And
Let alone it being your entire career.
bro, and then
riding
by
on
day
it.
2, he's like he never even sat in the wheelchair once.
No, this guy is he's committed.
Committed.
He is the opposite of a commitment phobe.
Oh my God.
He is here to
just
commit.
absolutely elite powerhouse
so
of his
fucking
craft.
cool.
It's
It's so
just,
cool.
it just inspires me every day. Like I'm just
Yeah.
so proud of him.
Yeah.
And then to pass the physical with flying colors,
So cool.
you're just like, holy
This
shit.
one, and like that's why last time we talked about how he'll be back in the football, like, but by
and
the
you'll
time
still
I'm-
be
yeah,
in
back
an
my
apartment.
house. Yeah, and I'm thinking like I moved into an apartment that has
Yeah.
a nice gym in it.
Yeah, you
I
never
have
went.
not stepped.
Not one toe.
Not one toe.
Not one toe went
Not
into that
one
gym.
short toe entered into that gym.
Mind you, a
that
human
is
being learned how
pathetic.
to walk again.
And he learned how to walk again.
Yeah.
He learned how to cut again, and he passed the physical. That's wild. That's commitment.
But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
also in your world you
Right,
opened
I
in
could-
Disney.
Yeah,
You know what I
no.
mean? So it's cool that like
I
everybody can have their
I
stuff.
too believe that I am elite. I wish sometimes that I was more elite on the taking care of my body.
I know how beautiful that gym is that you live in. And I just wish that you would walk down there even just once a week in the morning while the kids are up dilly-dallying,
Did he?
diddly and daddling with your mom just for 30 minutes.
Here's the problem.
You will feel good.
Here's the problem. I also
Diddly-daddly in the morning.
yes.
I know.
And you know what? I really
Like it.
I love my night, and I love my late sleep in.
Okay.
And if I work out, I'm sacrificing both.
Can you diddly at night?
I do diddly, but I also work and I create my content at night. I'm like in real time creating.
But what if
And then, but then I also want to watch my show. And
Okay.
so it's 2:00 by
What
the time
about-
I go to sleep.
Okay, what about an iPad on
No.
a
I'm gonna
walking
bake
thing?
it. I'm gonna bake. I hate an iPad on a walking thing, but I'm gonna bake it into my day.
Yeah.
Now that I'm like I'm
Good idea.
carving out my day, and I'm gonna do like a couple days a week. I'm gonna go to the Pilates studio. Actually, one of the main Pilates fitness people from the studio that you sent me came to our warehouse sale.
Perfect.
She was like so into us and was so sweet. I was like, oh my gosh, what if
Adriana,
we should do something together.
Run there.
I know. I want to
Fling
do
your
Pilates.
body there. In fact,
I've done Pilates and I do enjoy it.
In fact,
Yes, tell us.
Might there be a random like Friday morning that
That's what
you'd
I'm
want to
saying.
do a class together?
Ooh.
I would happily take a Pilates class with you. And I'm thinking Friday because we're both like working, but I fear Saturdays and Sundays one of us won't be here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
a Friday I'm locked into work. I'm just working from home. So like
But
I
will
will
you'll
happily
come to
to you.
Summit?
Sure.
Really?
For a morning Pilates class, I would do it immediately.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. I love
I
that.
would love that.
Okay, same. Let's do it.
And then we could work from
And
a
it could be
coffee shop or
friendship.
something.
I love that plan.
I would eat that plan.
Okay, great.
I would devour that plan.
take a
Take a bite
bite.
of the plan.
Oh,
Okay, I'll
God.
think
All
on
right.
it and figure out a date.
So should we quickly talk about White Lotus before this has to end because it's a full
What?
6:49? What time do we start? Oh my
Well,
God.
we fixed the sound for
45
40 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
White Lotus. I mean, the last guys, if you didn't watch the final episode yet, this is a
Skip
spoiler.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spoiler,
fully skip
spoiler,
this.
spoiler. Thank you for being here. Have a great night. But if you did watch it, so what are your thoughts?
I was very underwhelmed by the entire season until the last episode.
Oh, okay.
And the reason being, I kind of love how they ended it. And I'm going to whip out my like English literature analytical
Oh,
mind for this
okay.
one.
Okay.
I just feel like Mike White, as he always does, is making such a great commentary on the unfairness of life. And that the way the world is currently set up is to favor the bad guys, the people who will be bought, the people who will like prioritize wealth,
Greed.
and greed and success and needing like
Narcissism.
like the world is set up to serve them and not to serve the underdog and the true genuine, like the fact that the two people in the end who end up meeting their demise, literally with the exception of like the owner's husband, I don't even remember their names because
Chelsea and
Rick. The fact that Chelsea was the one to go, and she was the sweetest, kindest,
so sweet.
softest, goodest person I
she's
think
such a
on
sweet
that
soul,
show.
yeah.
I just think it's such a clear
And
exposure of what is so fucked about
she died
the world we live in.
Yeah, I agree. And she died essentially like standing up for her love
And protecting him and trying to save him
in a
and
way,
trying to stop him.
and be with him. And she said this in one of the episodes, like I love him, like I want to save him. And I think that's another layer to this show.
Ooh.
Is like saving someone that you love.
Yep.
And perhaps they wouldn't reciprocate that for you.
And perhaps they didn't, and now you're dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't do that. Don't put someone so far out in front of yourself that you are unwilling to protect yourself when you need to.
Yeah.
And that you're not willing to prioritize you.
Yeah.
I think that's such a good point. And actually calls upon your post that you did recently about the word don't settle and how you're wearing don't settle now. And it's like one of our TikTok posts. But I loved it because it is so true. And it's such a true like depiction of who you are as a person now and who you've been on your journey to finding love is like you have just not settled.
Yeah.
And you have put yourself first, almost to the point of like even me being like, girl, you gotta figure something. You can't have it all. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But you have proven that you genuinely can thus far, right? Like again, I don't like jinxing anything, but I'm very much so like on team. Like this is it.
Yeah, me too.
And that is crazy. And you need to write a book about it because you have genuinely proven to the world around that like you have to prioritize what you believe to be what you deserve. And you have to seek it out and you have to not settle for less. And I think that Chelsea was severely settling for less.
Yes.
And I also feel for Rick, who this poor guy is a product of his circumstances,
He was
product of his
damaged.
upbringing. He's so traumatized, so damaged.
He was damaged.
And there was nothing he can do about it besides seek revenge. It was the only thing that he could see. Like, I'm sure that dude secretly died happily. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he just like, all right, whatever. I did what I had to do. But then you find out that it's his dad. Like,
I know that was weird.
that was weird, but also believable.
Yeah.
And then you feel like the whole thing was for nothing. Now, do I kind of think that they should have let the younger kid from the family die?
I agree.
Why the hell did he come back to life?
I know, because we loved him and whatever.
We
but
loved him,
I
but that
think
would have
he
been
could've
even
gone.
furthered my proof. Maybe that's the point. Like, it would have been too obvious. But, like, I thought that was awesome. It was giving so Shakespeare. It was such a Shakespearean story, that
It was.
group. What would have been cooler, too, is if he got his phone back after the son died and realized that everything's fine. Like, the father.
Oh, shit.
That would have been
crazy.
freaking crazy. If he got his phone back and everyone was like, it's all good.
Holy shit.
Right?
There
and then the
wasn't-
kid was still dead
Yeah,
as a result.
Yeah. There wasn't like enough
Twists.
everything was a little predictable, but like I wished when they were on the boat headed home that they gave us just one reaction from a family member. I wish that Saxon they almost did it. He looked at his phone and he looked up at his dad. I wish he looked at his phone and he was like I just wanted one
but maybe,
thing that was gonna ruin.
Maybe we're meant to believe that perhaps everything is fine.
No way.
No,
No way.
I don't know. And then the daughter, like, suddenly not wanting to be Buddhist. Like, I was like, come on. Like we
Jonas loved her.
and then hated her.
I know he loves like a good girl. That's why I'm being so much better. I'm such a good woman.
He loved her
God.
that she was wanting to go after like this.
Yeah.
And then
He's
he
like,
was, like, over
she's
her.
the only like normal good girl on this show. I'm like, all right, then date her. Literally date her. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe she's single. DM her. Like, but anyway, she
after I tell her, after I praise her
how good I've been. No, she was really sweet, and he was like, damn, like it's
Even who?
all,
Even
like,
her.
all people are a product of their environment.
Yes.
And
yes.
you can
That's the
you can
story.
be adventurous and you could seek other things, but when you really get down into it,
Yeah.
and you're in a dirty mattress bed in a small room and the bathroom sucks and the food is horrible,
Yeah.
and you're an organic girly, it's really hard to get out of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you could still be a good person, and I think that that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's also kind of a little bit of what the mother was touching on when she was like, I'm that way. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Right, me too, a little bit, yeah.
I love the spirituality concept of like going and like meditating for however long, but like I don't really want to do it. And that doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make her a bad person. I think that's what he's trying to say is we're all a product of our environment, like you're saying, and it's so accurate. And you can see that across just how we are as individuals.
Yeah.
You see it in everything. And that's what's so cool about Mike White and about the White Lotus stories is that it really is just like a quick little blip into the reality of our world at all different levels across the economic scale, across the now ish, because they're all at this crazy expensive place.
Yeah.
But you see stories of people who are working there and stories of people who are visiting. Anyway, I love it. I love the series. I love the cast. I love the storylines.
Yeah, no, me too.
I love everything about White Lotus.
I kind of at a certain point though, and then this is where we're looking
but I
to
liked
end
last
it.
season better. Go ahead.
I liked last season better. And I just I wanted Guy Talk to kind of at some point be like, let me tell you something, Mook Mook. Let me tell you something, Mook. I'm a good guy. And I'm not going to become angry because you want me to. And I'm not going to become violent because you want me to.
Wait,
randomly.
who's saying that?
Because Guy Talk, I feel like Mook wanted Guy Talk to like be this bad boy.
I gotta be honest with you.
And he's not, babe.
As you've been speaking this whole time, I heard Guy Talk like there's a guy TikTok. There's a TikTok where all the guys are talking about, and I thought Mook was potentially just something that you were saying to like be cute, like a little Mook.
Mook,
But Mook and Guy Talk are the names of the two characters.
The characters, yes. And you don't even know Rick or Chelsea's name. What the hell show have you been watching? It was last night.
But it's on the background.
Oh, okay.
But,
I'm very locked in.
But I'm watching it. I've been locked in. Last night I was locked in.
Okay.
For the last.
Okay,
That's
well,
maybe
Guy
why
Talk.
I'm saying I like this episode. That was the best episode.
It's a horrible episode. She watched it half asleep.
Can we talk about Severance? We don't have time.
Yes, something that annoys me about Severance. So my sister used to work in the Bellworks Home Dell office.
Yeah.
Years ago. They emailed her on Saturday, and they invited many people who used to work at Bellworks to this like activation, a one-night activation at Bellworks. They turned it into Lumen, and they had the cast there yesterday.
Shut up.
My sister saw the email today. She's like, Mariah, what the hell was this? Like, I didn't see this email. I was like, oh my God, open to the public from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. People accidentally stumbled upon it. And there was like press and VIP at night.
And it looked like Lumen?
Yeah, they did like different activations within the building. There was merch, there was snacks, there was drinks themed. I would have shat to be there. I was like, Jen.
Shat to be there. Why don't we have bracelets that say literally Lumen? In-ear, outie.
I will put it right on my wrist.
But thank you for changing what you were about to say and making it PG, you psychopath. Seriously. But also.
No, I agree. Age, that doesn't matter right now, though. That's over.
Can you please contact them?
Who? Severance?
Well, there's going to be another season of in 10
Apple
years.
TV.
No, like in a year.
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, well, true. Period. Anyway, we don't have to talk about that.
We don't have to talk about Severance, but
go.
just can you believe that we missed that pop-up?
No.
As
I
people,
can't actually,
not as brand partners.
As a brand partner, I'm pissed, actually.
Yeah, I guess
sharing.
I know. I guess we could have.
Right in New Jersey.
Yeah, right there.
It's such a good idea. I can't believe that it's in Jersey too, and that I spoke at multiple panels at that place. That's where I did the mom. Yeah, I've been there like 3 times.
Really?
Speaking.
Did it feel like Lumen?
No, not at all.
What 0%. If in the background it was playing like nee, 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 and like
near 0%?
Did you go into the elevator?
No, but it's not the same. That's a set.
It doesn't matter. Did it feel like the elevator?
No.
Did you walk down the stairs? Like, what did it feel like?
Yes, nothing. Felt like nothing. I couldn't even like
Well,
place.
maybe you didn't use
The
your imagination.
outside felt like the outside. That was that was the most accurate change. And it's like it's very much like a New Jersey building, but it's big and cool on the inside. But it's not like it's very bright.
If they had Lumen merch, it would have felt like something
Maybe if there was an innie and an outie bracelet there to be purchased, I would feel better.
that I could have gotten if I
That you
knew
could
the
have figured
partnership
out
was
how to
happening.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, she wants to be a C.
She wants to be a C-suite
She wants to be a C
employee and then retire and work at Disney.
Yeah.
Or live at Disney. I definitely don't want to work there. I want to live there.
Yeah, you will one day.
Imagine your dreams deferred are to live in Orlando.
No, I think that's a beautiful dream.
Like, I'm sorry, it's not unreal. It's not like I'm
No,
not
it's
being
very
like, I
normal.
want to do
You could
this
do it
crazy
now
thing.
if you wanted to quit.
I know, but also if there was a football team there, I could act like ironically end
Yeah, but
up there.
he can go live in Tampa.
I know Tampa's far though, low key.
It's only
But
like 3 hours.
Tampa's on the table.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow. Well, I give it a 7, maybe a 6.
6.
6.
I feel 6
Solid
energy.
6.
Yeah.
Dang.
But I don't even, other than the things that we asked to be edited because I said dumb things, guys, I said a lot of stupid things. Other than those points, this episode needs no edits. And it'll be out in 8 weeks. See you then. Wait, let's talk about really quick. Short Hills is opening soon because this is the Short Hills group.
Guys, Short Hills is opening soon. It's not necessarily the Short Hills group. There's
Really?
people from
This is
all
not
over
New
that
Jersey?
listen to this. No, it's
Okay.
not just New Jersey. I know.
Alright.
We're surprised, but we're not because we, again, put very little effort into this. But we love you guys. We really love our listeners, and that's why we keep doing this day after day or month, week after month, after year after year.
Year after year.
We are opening Short Hills. We're very excited. The soft sounding date, which I'm sharing here first, is May 3rd for the grand opening. So if you live in
First
the Jersey
weekend of May.
area, if you would drive, please come hang out with us. It's soon. So
We are going to do
Mariah and I will
also,
both be there all day.
we're going to do a bead with Adriana and Mariah night.
No,
We're not?
not this opening weekend. We're going to do programming because we're right here. We're going to do a lot more programming at the store, but
Oh,
it's
at
not
random
going to be
times.
this opening weekend.
Okay.
No. This opening weekend is going to be like an grand opening day party.
Okay.
Fun vibes. Maybe there's a bee tender opportunity, but as of right now, it's just like mark your calendars for May 3rd.
Okay, cool. Great.
And then I have the boys' birthday party on the 4th. And then I'm hopefully moving into my house. If not, I will already be moved in by the end
Nice.
of April.
Okay. You don't want to move on Mother's Day weekend.
And I'm going to Austin.
Oh, yeah. When's that?
Austin is the last weekend of April, the weekend before.
Oh, true. Okay.
It's kind of wild.
Nice. Yeah, you're back to back.
So yeah, hopefully I'm moved in by that point. That is the goal.
Lord, please.
Lord,
God.
please, God, up in heaven. All right, you guys, we love you all.
Love
Thank
you
you so
all.
much for sitting through this episode with us. Just know that we remain very excited, committed, and in love with this brand and our customers. Even though it sometimes can feel hard, and even though it sometimes feels like we don't know up from down,
Left from right.
left from right, we are here because we care and we believe in the connecting power of this product and of the community that we have built. And I've seen it come to life in many, many ways over the past few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And I
The
can't
past
wait.
few weeks.
I mean, weeks, more specifically, like just we've had events, we've had
Yeah,
live
yeah.
things where I've been able to talk to customers, and I'm really floored every time by like how much this product means to so many people.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. So
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Thanks for being here.
We love you.
Love you guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Make sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Glow Through It Podcast.
And while you're at it, give Little Words Project a follow too. See you next time.
Wanna be